This is going to be a tutorial on how to draw something like this. Sorry, I've been feeling a little sick, so if I cough, please excuse me. But this is going to be a tutorial because I had a lot of people request this on on how to draw something in this style. And I want to let you guys know right now that this is my first time attempting this style, and this was actually a study of somebody else's style. So I'll let you guys know. I'll walk you guys through step by step on what I'll do to make something like this, and then I'll kind of tell you as well how I analyze other people's style and their content to kind of look through their process and see how they do things and apply that to my process. So the person that I am, I was looking at for reference and just looking at her content and pictures was Kelsey Beckett. She's one of my favorite artists at the moment, and I just draw it in my own way, and then I look kind of at her anatomy and see where she's placing light and form and what type of highlights she uses, so kind of all that. Then I change things that I'd like to change. I don't do it exactly the way she does, but I did make sure I used the same media she used, and I don't know if I'm gonna do it exactly that way this time. So let's get started. And if you're studying somebody else's style, you're gonna want to have their page up, and their page or their Patreon, their step-by-steps, a tutorial if they're whatever, or their content, so you can kind of see, or any playthroughs. And then you're also going to want to have your own reference, because again, you're not just copying their work, you're working with your own picture and drawing the girl from your reference, but trying to see how they draw it, how they would draw it in their style. So I'm going to pull up my reference and I'm going to show you. I use most of my references come from Pinterest. Cute faces. And I have a lot of good like tutorials and stuff on Pinterest, and a huge archive for pretty much everything. I might share that and make that public so you guys can also see all of the stuff I'm learning. So this is my reference. I don't know if you guys can see it here. Oh, maybe I should have made the head bigger. The head is too small. Okay, scrap that. Can you see from the other side? I'm gonna restart on the other side because I love this. I think I'm gonna cry. I think I have a good start, but I'm just gonna make it bigger. I want the head to be bigger. That's fine. Like we're doing a portrait, not a bust. All right, so we're starting again with Angel Ganev's inline method, not his full method, just how much I learned. So the very first steps, you draw a circle for the head, and then you want to draw a line, a curved line for the middle of the face, going in the direction that the face is going. So I'm not going to be perfectionist about this. I draw a lot of big lines so that I can kind of move the line around to the right or left as I need. Okay. I'm just gonna work a little fast. I literally hate this angle that her head is at, but we're gonna deal with it. We're gonna freaking deal with it. Okay. Okay, and her head is, she's got a So I do the shape of the head, kind of like an egg shape. Line straight down, shape of the head. A line is a perpendicular to the line that I made, and then I do a second line under, so half the head is covered. In his inline method, Angel Ganez, he usually does that. That's like this side of your face, that plane of your face, because your head's not like a full circle. It's kind of like a circle with the edges cut off. So anyways, she is turned very much this way. I am gonna do that. I just want to friggin' shift this head sideways and crop it so that she's like not leaning all to the side. That's okay. Okay, so I just do kind of the basic structure of the head. Before I get on the face, I'm just gonna do the neck. And with that, I'm following my reference right now. And I'm just kind of loosely mapping out shadows and messily, because I don't want to, we're not trying to be perfect here. So I'm just mapping out kind of the body lines and stuff. But we're not trying to be perfect, which is why I'm just loosely doing lines. Okay. All right, and I think right here, how far does this go up? Her shoulder. And another thing I learned from school is using your pencil on your reference to kind of line angles up. So if I don't know, because her shirt starts somewhere like this, it's a circle. I don't know where that shirt starts, so I'm gonna take the reference and line up where the shirt starts to her face and kind of see, okay, well, it starts right here where her eyeball is right here, versus like it's starting over here where her forehead is. So that's how I use my pencil to make measurements from the reference to my piece. So I'm gonna do that, and actually her shirt starts right under her cheek. So her cheek's kind of right there, and then it goes in a little bit, and then it kind of wraps around like that, like so. I think it's a little bit lower, and then her eye is right here. And where does it start actually? Lee starts there. Head starts at the edge of the eye. Okay, cool. So it's gonna start like at the edge of the eye. So right here. And kind of like in that shape. And then the reason why I shifted this over is because I realized this lump is like, it turns right here, not right here, but it turns all the way past her forehead. And while I'm drawing, I'm just making like mental notes. Whenever I draw a line, I look at another part of the picture to reference where that line should be. And it's not going to come super easy. I think it takes years, not years, but it takes time, but with practice, I think most people can figure it out. So we got these like this cute little lace. Just make even be up more like that. So I'm not gonna stress about that right now because I don't quite. Let me try to zoom in on this part. I just know there's kind of like a thing that goes like that, and then there's another thing that goes like whoop, whoop. Okay, and there's another piece that goes like that. So I'm just loosely doing the shape of her blouse, and she's also got a necklace that goes like that. Okay. Cool. So we got the big eyes. Actually, lower these a little bit. Actually, the reason why I like doing thick lines is so that I can do what I just did, so I can erase it and kind of like get those little nuances of angles that I can't get from drawing with my pen. So we got the overall shape of the face. I'm gonna add in the chin, kind of the space I think that her chin needs, space I think that her lips need. I'm gonna add the cheekbones, and the reason why I draw these, besides learning from Angel, is that you need to know where your planes of your face are, because if you draw your eyes all the way out here, it's like you're putting the eye on the side of your head. A lot of people do that. You need to know that the face there's the front and then there's the side of your face, and those planes are gonna change. And when you put the shadow in, it's got to be darker. So it helps everything look a little bit more realistic, in my opinion, when you understand the planes in of the face in a simple form. So her nose is like sitting up here, and I think I might lower her eyes a little bit. I think I might lower her eyes a little bit. I'm just moving her cheek lower because it looks like her cheek is kind of sitting about where her nose is, and it was too high. And I'm gonna have to move her eyes down because I didn't realize. So this is the eyebrow line, but the top of the eye should be under that. So I think her eyes are gonna be more like right here because her head is facing up or tilting up. But I guess we'll see when we keep drawing. Just gonna turn it this way. It's fucking hard. Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay, so I think one of that. Okay, cool. What a mess I'm making. Okay. And I don't usually draw this friggin' hard on surfaces, but I guess we'll see. Okay, eyebrows are here, and then yes, the eyes are perfectly right here. Actually, also, okay, so now I'm gonna get into drawing the eyes. So I'm gonna draw their nose, and it looks like the nose starts at like this angle from the middle of the eye. So I'm just not gonna make it that wide. She's got a really tiny nose. And so I draw, this is the bottom of it. It's facing upward, so we see the bottom of her nose. So there's a little oval here, and there's a little oval that kind of looks like a triangle there. And then it gets kind of round here. So I'm just gonna draw the little oval. The nose is kind of round in the middle, so I'm gonna draw that round spot and that triangle oval right here. And then it looks like a little round there, and I'm gonna loop that around the face. Not loop it, but I'm gonna kind of do that because that's how it looks. So for the eyes, I think what I was explaining earlier, but I might cut that out. Since I did decide to start over. When someone's facing this way or turning their head, this eye's gonna be skinnier and this eye's gonna be a normal size, kind of, if anything, kind of oval. If you're drawing bigger eyes. And then this eye is always going to be kind of like the shape of a butterfly. Because their eyelids are showing from the side, and it's showing the upper and lower eyelid. So it's going to be the shape of a butterfly for this eye, and this eye is going to be like the regular almond or whatever. And I'm going to try to show that. And then another thing with more advanced artists that beginner artists don't notice is that eyes aren't, when you see the inner corner and the outer corner, it's not always straight. And where your work's really going to start to shine in portraits is when you know how to angle the eyes and how to change the angle. So this, I see that in Kelsey Beckett's work a lot. Her eye angles are changing depending on the person. So for my reference, I'm noticing that my reference eyes angles are kind of like that. Like her outer corner's down here and her upper corner's up here. But you also want to use a ruler. You don't want to just, if you're doing it traditional, even if you're not doing it traditional, if it's anything that's not a straight on face, you want to use a ruler and you want everything to match up. So you want this line right here to match up. And you want everything to be perpendicular to this eye. If your nose ends up being at this angle like that instead of straight perpendicular, it's gonna look funny. If your mouth ends up being like that, it's not gonna look right. So you want to use a ruler. And she has a rounder mouth. So I'm gonna do that, but like, you want to use a ruler and you want all the lines to match up. So that's why I use a ruler for that. So I'm going to work on the eyes now. And I'm just going to do like, her nose is really close to her eyes. I'm going to bring all this down a little bit. I told you I'd have to make changes. Her nose is like, oh, this is so weird. Okay. Yeah, her nose is like, because her chin is, I don't know if this is gonna look bad, but we'll see. But I think her eyes need to come down just a little bit. And then I think I'm gonna draw her lips out just so I know. Lips kind of go like this. The inside of her lips were kind of a round shape. It's just, I always do that. I add my little holes at the corner. Actually, sorry, I learned from Kelsey Beckett. Don't do that. This is how she does her lips. She does like a little angle like that. And it's so freaking cute. It looks so much better than the way I've been drawing. So that's how the lips look. You can't get away with the anime little holes at the edges anymore. And my reference, her lips open kind of like in the same, like round and then round, not like under like that. So I'm just gonna draw the lip real quick. And even so, looking at this, no, this is fine. I can always move her jawline up a little bit if I need to. So here for the lips, I'm sorry, I know I'm jumping around a lot, but you want to do like the middle of the mouth, whether it's straight, and then you want to add these little upturned Nike signs at the corner. And then the lips, usually if it's turning one way or the other, the lips are usually more like an angle like that, a deep angle right on that side, and then a more up. So like there's more of a longer angle on this side, and then there's more of a like a steeper angle on that side. And the same thing goes for the top lip. If you look at it this way, it looks kind of like a teardrop. You know, the fat is on that side. So cool. Her lips are good. I think she's got like this much space between, she's got a decent amount of space in between her Cupid's bow. Is that what it's called? So I'm going to draw that real quick. And I think It's funny, I fucked up. I mean, I didn't, but the nose was in the right the nose was in the right area. So I'm gonna just try to redraw the nose. And I always do like 2 angled lines like that. I'm just gonna have, I think I may bring her eyes down a bit. And she's got a really freaking tiny nose. It's smaller than her lips. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that circle right here again. You can do that oval thing I did to start you off, and then you can put the circle in the middle and kind of figure out where the middle part of her nose is gonna be, and then where that piece going up there is gonna be. And then she's got that little oval there. Like her nose goes, and then she's got the triangle shape here. And that looks pretty good. And that's got a little loop, that's got a little thing hanging off of it, so add that. And it kind of goes up there. And then her eyes are so freaking, I don't understand. They're so close to her nose. They're like right here. Just because her, and this is the first time I'm drawing something like this at this angle. Like this picture is got a straight on angle just because I wanted it as easy as possible for the study, but no, not with this one. Not with this one. Okay, so I'm gonna lower her eyes a little bit because they are closer. They're gonna go down here. That's what it sounds like. Okay, sure. Why is her nose so tiny? Okay, sure. Okay, I'm gonna draw, so I'm gonna redraw that, kind of that line, and I'm gonna try my hand at drawing her eye. And I've noticed she's got a decent amount of space here, like right this much. So I guess I'll go in like that. And then her eye looks like it's doing that. So it looks like I said, her eyes were like that. So her upper eye was at a different, the outside is at a lower angle up than the inside. So it's kind of like that. Like a cut line right there. I definitely want her eyes to be bigger, like on the bigger side. But if they're open too wide, it's gonna look weird, so yeah, nose is right there. If you look at my reference, I'll link this reference in my Pinterest page so you guys can follow along. So there's that eye. Cool. Now I'm gonna do the other one. And this time I'm actually, again, I'm gonna measure so that And if I measure and I start drawing this eye and I fucked up the line and it's like that, I'm gonna redraw the eye. Just know that. I mean, you don't have to, but it's gonna look wonky if things are, again, if the eyes are like too far this way and my nose is that way. And then, so that's the top of the eye. And draw a line for here. And draw a line for the middle. So her middle lines up. Oh, and then the outside is right there. It's right down here, so I'm gonna draw a line for the outside so that the outside lines up. Okay, so now we got the outer corner of her eye, the inner corner, and I just have to kind of make that almond shape. And then actually, I'm gonna just go slightly above this eye. Oh yeah, I gotta draw the bottom of the eye so that they're both at the same. Okay, so top of the eye, bottom of the eye, outer corner, inner corner. And I'm quite literally just trying to figure out the angle. It goes down a little bit like that, and then it kind of goes like that. I know this is looking really weird right now, but it'll look better. This is the ugly stage. Okay, cool. And if I need to fix anything, I can. So her eyes are like more open here. And she's looking up, so you're not really gonna see you're not really gonna see the bottom of the inside of her eyelids like I draw, because she's looking up, but you'll see the inside of the top of them. So I'm gonna draw, I know this is gonna look bad, I'm gonna draw a little eyelid, and I'm gonna try to open it up a little bit. And I haven't even looked at the artist that I'm duplicating her style or learning from her style. I haven't looked at her page yet to cross-reference if I'm doing this right. I'm just doing I'm looking at from what I'm working from what I remember. And from what I remember, her eyes kind of like did that. But you can look. Again, her name is Kelsey Beckett with 2 T's. Kelsey Beckett, Beckett. Actually, I just want this eye to be closer here. thinking. Okay, I just want to let you guys know that for the longest time, I had an issue where my eyes were too close together. So now, with the type of art that I like, I think this woman's eyes are pretty far apart. How did I judge that? Okay, her nose is right here. Nose is right there. Cool. And then she still has like her orbital opening right there. Okay, I think that's an okay spot to put it in. I may have to move it over just a little bit more, but I think this is okay. But yeah, I've always put eyes too far apart, so I just try to make them, or I put eyes too close together, so I try to make them farther apart when I draw, and I always double check with that. Okay, let's see. So, I mean, they're both at the same angle. Cool, that looks nice. I'm gonna try to draw the opening for this one, the upper opening. And what I notice is, and she does draw that, and this is literally just the upper eyelid. And she never draws them touching. She always draws like a loop like that, almost like it's a eyeliner, but this is literally just the bottom, the pink part of your eyelid. So I'm gonna do that for this one. Hers is actually putting that right here because it kind of wraps around like that. Okay, I'm gonna do it for this side. It's very open here, and then it just drops down. Now I'm gonna do the bottom. Like I said, that looks dumb, but that's okay. Make the eye kind of look like like a winged eyeliner, and her other part of her eye. It's gonna open up like a butterfly, or it's just gonna be round like that. And I'm gonna do. This is longer than it's supposed to look. So I'm gonna there we go. I just want to give it a little bit more space up here, because I don't want the eye going under that line that I established was her eye line. So we're gonna see, since she's facing this way, we're gonna see the inside of her eyelid. If you're looking at the reference, it's pretty easy to see that, but you kind of lose the inside once you go up here. And I'm just to be sure, because this eye is supposed to be shorter, I'm gonna measure it real quick. So this one is from here to here, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost, I'd say about 7/8. And this eye right here is, oh wait, I gotta measure again. This is crazy. 7/8. And this eye is about 7/8. But her eyes look kind of the same length, you know? So what do? I'm thinking, guys. Okay. So they're about the same, but different shapes. Are they supposed to be the same? No, because this one's compacted. So I'm just gonna make this one shorter and this one a little shorter. And this eye, it already looks freaking longer, but I don't know. I'm just trying to pull it in a little bit. Let's pull it in just a little bit. There we go. I don't want to pull it in. I'm going to make the other one longer. Okay, whatever. Her eyes like this. Kind of like that anyways. They're more like that and like make straight up a hole. I'm honestly tired of this now. There we go. Oval. And I just wanted to make sure it was a little bit bigger, because I do believe, please, you guys, like, if someone here is like a much more advanced artist than I am, please let me know if this is wrong, if the eye isn't actually shorter when it's in perspective. I think her face is just slightly in perspective, or slightly turned to the right, so that eye is not going to be that much shorter, you know, versus if it's like very, very turned to the right. But I did make it bigger, so, because I just wasn't quite sure. And I think that's okay. Okay, I think the eyes look good. After I spent, honestly, if you're gonna spend a lot of time on spend a lot of time on the eyes, not the hair. I didn't spend a lot, I spent most of my time on the eyes, because that's, excuse me, that's what I was trying to learn, how to do that. Okay, so I'm just trying that eye. I'm just drawing the eye. The under eyelid. And I'm gonna do the same thing again. I'm gonna go and just make sure the other under eyelid matches. And it about matches. This one's a little shorter, so I'm just gonna take some off this one. This one's a little shorter, but yeah, it about matches. Okay. And I always draw, maybe before I get to the upper eyelids. I guess I can do the upper eyelids real quick. So it looks like she's got like this really harsh cut line, but again, it's kind of looks like a butterfly. So her eyelids going like that. I'd say that's how it is. Okay. I wouldn't say it's this high. There we go. I'm gonna take that off. Same with this. We're gonna measure where the eyelid stops. And then we're gonna try to figure out the shape of her eyelid, which I think it looks very pointy. I'm just gonna, I think it gets kind of straight there, but it's more like round here. So there we go. And there's the face. And then we'll also get her eyebrows. I don't really care about the eyebrows that much. Her eyebrows. I'll kind of make a shape, but I'll make sure I look at how far up they are to make sure they're not too far up. So I think they sit right here. And obviously I'll move them. If that's wrong. But she's got some really thick brows. Really thick brows. So I'm just gonna do this and call it a day. And the other eyebrows kind of sit at the same angle. And other eyebrows are gonna be shorter because they match the short eye on this side. So you're still gonna be able to see the tail. They're not gonna go straight across. So the angle and the tail are gonna be much shorter. Right. I think my boyfriend's home. We'll see. Okay. Yep, I think he's home. So, let me draw the eyes for you guys real quick. Eyes are pretty much touching the bottom. And this one's over here. I also like to draw little lines to separate the eyeball from the skin on the outside. So that's my little line. That separates, like, that's where the shadow of the eyeball starts cutting off. Okay, so there you go. That's my face. It's not done. I'll do a second part to this tutorial. But basically that's how you draw the proportions of the face. It's a long process. It's not for the weak. You just have to be patient, and if it looks dumb, you just have to be willing to fix it, you know. So I'm gonna try erasing all of this madness, and you guys can kind of see. Obviously it doesn't look super good because I'm not drawing her eyelashes in. Like, her eyelashes actually drew them in, they'd be like that. Where's that? I think that's eyeliner. Okay, whatever. But yeah, cool. Mapped out the face to the best of my ability, and just remember to keep the eyes within, like, give yourself some space around the head. Like, don't put the eyes too close together. Try to put them as far apart as you can, but make sure there's still some space so that those planes of the face have space that you can put shadow there. So yeah, I'm going to erase all this. I think I might make the eyebrows less thick. I don't really like that. Yeah. Eyebrows are like so far up. It looks like she's giving you like a cunty, like she's giving you like the cunty look, like that. So I guess we'll see. Maybe like angle. Okay, I think that's better. Okay, actually, before I go, I'm just gonna, like, I know I spent a lot of time on the face, and I'm gonna fix it up. I'm just gonna map out the hair real quick so you guys can kind of see what I do. So this one's got, like, she's got a slightly bigger forehead, I think. But she totally looks like, I swear, she totally looks like she's from, what artist is that? Like The Nightmare Before Christmas or the Corpse Bride. She looks like she's one of those characters. And I was like, I need to draw her. She's so cute. She's got like, we're just gonna do like a little fluffy curly thing going on because she's got some curly hair, and it's kind of shaping her face, and she's got like that one curl going like that. So for now I'm just gonna do that. She's got like a high pony right here, and then it looks like she's got like some thick curls. So I'm just gonna do that for now, and I will sort out. I always do squiggly lines. They're like not perfect, but I will sort out everything. This is a hair tie that she's wearing. I will sort out everything in the next part of the tutorial. If you guys got this far, let me know. Let me know if this was really hard to understand. I know it's a really long tutorial. That's because this drawing I did took like 6 hours. It took anywhere between 4 to 6 hours, I'm pretty sure. So this stuff takes time. It's gonna take time to learn how to do this, and it takes time for me because I'm learning how to do this as well too. I think her hairline's like more like down here. And if I like look at this tomorrow and it's so fucking ugly, I'm gonna literally, y'all, I'm tossing this out and I'm not posting this. Well, it is. So what I didn't do and what I want you guys to do is kind of go back through your drawing and just see if it has a likeness with the photo. If there's anything that looks odd or off, just try to rework those areas until you think it looks good. That's what I'm gonna do. I think the lips look weird. I think her expression is not the right expression, and the lips may be a little big. Maybe I'll move the lips. I think the lips might need to go down. So I'll do that. I'll do that, and you guys do the same. Hey guys, so I'm back. I made some slight changes to this so that it looks more like my reference. So when you're all done making the face, you're gonna have to look back at your reference and try to fix a few things so that the likeness is close to your reference. In this case, my inner corner of my mouth, my mouth was right here. I brought the mouth down just a little bit, and the inner corners were up here, and it kind of looked like she was smiling. So I brought the inner corners down a lot, and they were more pointy than like the kind of check mark I made. They were more pointy, so I made them smaller. I also made the eyes a little bit lower, and then I drew the outline of her makeup so that I can match the eyebrows. The eyebrows I kind of tinkered with a little bit, but besides that, did I move the eyes? I think I moved the irises too, because one was so far this way, so I moved it over a little bit. But you're gonna have to look at your reference and double check to see what's kind of wrong. And I know it's hard to do that as a beginner, but it does take a little time if you just prepare it, or if you hold your picture like up to the reference, that should help. But this looks a lot, it doesn't look exactly like her, but it looks a lot like the reference. So I think now, and I fixed the hairline, I played with that a little bit, so I think now I'm ready to to do my layers of gouache and then color pencils. What I forgot to tell you guys was that under the mouth there's usually shadow, and it's gonna be kind of like I draw like a little W under the mouth and outline the chin there. So that's gonna be shadow. Usually last time I did this piece, I outlined it with color pencil before. This time I'm just gonna go straight in with gouache and see if that helps, if I can speed up my process instead of outlining it with color pencil. And then here is my reference again, and then here is my picture. So it's not exactly like it, but it does look like a girl. I think the forehead's still a little big, but we can always fix that.